Now, as we move out of, say, the modeling environment into the fabrication environment, Gil and I are super stoked on Shapeways. They recently have opened up what is being referred to as the Factory of the Future here in Long Island City in New York. We were able to go to the ribbon cutting ceremony. It was really fantastic. They're going to have amazing equipment, huge facility. It's about 35,000 square feet of the most advanced 3D printing technology really in the world. So it's pretty exciting stuff. And the idea is it's a platform online that allows community members to share ideas, gain access to kind of cutting edge technology, and it brings personalized production essentially to anyone, to everyone. So Shapeways will print anything really on demand, and the interesting thing there is that really everything is customized and personalized. And the idea is this: that you have an idea, right? You model it, you upload it, you pick your materials. They'll fabricate it and then send it to you anywhere in the world, right? It's pretty wild stuff. And the interesting thing is that, and again, if you'd like to check this out, here at the top right is the Shapeways web address, is that you have multiple types of materials that you can use, and you can choose price, detail level, strength, smoothness, etc. Let's say, for instance, we wanted to look at the strong and flexible plastic here, although it would be really neat to look at the full color sandstone. And when you go to over here to the drop down for strong and flexible plastics, you'll see it gives you a material overview. And not only can you pick that material, but you can also pick what color, whether or not it's polished, right? And it will give you some design guidelines here to follow. Now it tells you when it'll ship, if they're greater than a certain size, that it'll take a little bit longer, that there's a handling fee, what is the cubic cost of the material, the volume cost of the material, the minimum wall thickness, and then the maximum bounding box. So really, really cool. A lot of information that is relevant to us. And so looking at our component here, moving it out of the Rhino environment into fabrication, we'll say File, Export Selected. We're going to export this as an STL. We're going to hit Save and hit OK. Now, browsing over to our folder where we were working, we'll see that we now have an STL that we can use. You can notice the file size is quite small, to import and upload to Shapeways. And so that's really fantastic. And if we come over here, we'll go ahead and open up the Shapeways website for us to peek at. You can see that there is a lot of tutorials here that you can use. That next step, design, upload, and 3D print, to go from your STL to your printed output, you can just follow this link right here. And really the only step is to just kind of register and to upload your STL. And so it's a pretty painless process to make that next step from the kind of output here to the 3D print. Now, moving forward, kind of going further, right? Weaverbird picture frame, again, something very interesting to take a look at, take advantage of. It's really fantastic, and we'll be covering a lot of this, different ways of tessellating, picture framing, variable offsets, all of these things in the Lattice Lab workshop that we'll be covering or conducting next weekend. We are creating a collection of tools for the upcoming Lattice Lab, which will incorporate new custom mesh previews. These things will be distributed via ModeLab. You guys will all receive a notification of this via the newsletter, which will start to implement. Here you can see the mesh, and in pink it starts to indicate areas where mesh minimum wall thickness tolerances have been exceeded. So in the modeling environment, you can start to catch any areas of failure before you even export or anything, to kind of help facilitate the design to fabrication process. Here you can see another custom preview that is a vertex-only shader preview with a gradual shading per vertex based on wall thickness, as well as a set of tools that we're developing, again, for the Lattice Lab, that will allow you to start to work with mesh animation. So here you can see the picture frame working with a variable modulation being driven by an attractor, and color modulation as well being driven by proximity. Pretty great stuff. Now,